Okay. All right. So I know this isn't the first time this happened, but this time it's not actually my fault. Well, I guess it is my fault in that I decided, again, I said yes when I probably should have said no. But anyway, I get a call. Actually, it's not even a call, it's a text from my son at about 1:25 that he forgot his some necessary clothing for football practice today, and he doesn't have anything else. So it's like it is at minimum a 30-minute drive, because it's 15 minutes over, 15 minutes back. If and that's only if I drive over to the school and then don't get out of the car and then drive right back. It's 30 minutes. And so I gave myself 35 minutes to get back here, and obviously that didn't happen. So I apologize. It is what it is, part of being a parent, but Goose Fraba. So there are a lot of people here today already, and let me go ahead and I did something a little bit different. So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit on that so I can actually see what you guys are saying without straining too well. I am waiting to tend to come to retail. I really want that one from IV Studios. Interesting. Are you looking forward to any game ordered or planning to play that you already have? Sam says, push the button. I did push the button. I was just late in doing so. Recently picked up the final Arnak expansion. That's cool. Ruins of Arnak. Oh, no. Is it Ruins of Arnak? Lost Ruins of Arnak. Yeah, there we go. Something like. I've been on a quest for old Astari games. That's cool. What's in the box? I got that reference, Robert. That's freaky. That's not cool. That's not the kind of unboxing that we're doing here today. But anyway, that's cool. Surprised we're getting 2 live streams in one day. Yeah, it just turned out that way. So I like to do them. I like to do unboxings, but honestly, unboxings just don't get the views that that most of our other streams get, and we really don't get a whole lot of views on the other streams. But unboxings are usually super low, so I don't do a whole lot of them. But something like this, where I've got basically 3 different things that we're going to be unboxing, it's worth it. So I'll go ahead and do it. And even if we don't get the views, you guys are here with me, so it's worth it. Recently found Kenvago at Barnes & Noble, but I haven't played it yet. Never even heard of that one. I just got Origin Story, really hoping to get it to the table. Interesting. I don't know. Origin Story just didn't really pop on me like it maybe should have, because I like the idea of putting together an origin story of a comic book hero. I like that idea, but the fact that it was a trick-taking game and the artwork just didn't grab me either. So I don't know. We'll see. Sound is a little low. Interesting. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have that a little bit further over than I usually do. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. We'll see. I am out of the loop. Origin Story is on the way now. Alexander can't wait to see some of the largest boxes I've ever seen today. Mega boxes hype. Okay, well, the mega part of the title did not mean that it was a mega-sized box. It just meant that we're going to be unboxing a lot. So it's mega in that way, not huge boxes. These are not big boxes. Sound is fine, Alexander says. Cool. Just got 10'd yesterday. Read through the rule book, ready to play. It looks like a fun Stardew Valley type of roll and write. Oh, okay. Sounds fine on her end, Victoria says. Okay, thank you. I've heard the artwork for Origin is rather polarizing for some. I enjoy it. That's no worries. That's exactly what artwork is. It's very subjective, not objective. So, one person hates a certain art style, another person loves it for the exact opposite reasons. Or maybe even the same reasons. Debating on picking up a copy of Small World. Don't debate. Just do it. Going back and forth between original Small World and Small World of Warcraft. Well, the only thing that I would say in that vein, Sea Otter, is if you have a connection to Warcraft or World of Warcraft, and there's a high, like, maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's a current thing that you still really enjoy playing Warcraft or World of Warcraft, then I think getting Small World of Warcraft wouldn't be a bad idea for you. But if you like just regular generic fantasy better than World of Warcraft, then I would go that route. Because generally speaking, a lot of the abilities that you get in the Small World of Warcraft are not that dissimilar from what come in the regular box. So really what you're dealing with is a skin, a reskinning of the core box with a few small minor changes to fit that IP a little bit better. But generally speaking, you're getting the same game as far as I can tell. So take that for what it's worth. I think Coca-Cola Christmas bears are polarizing. Wow. Wow, dude. Breaking out the dad jokes, bro. Gotta be true to myself. Yes, I know. You are. You are. You are. That's cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to it. So as the title, the thumbnail said, I've got stuff from IV Studios. I've got stuff from Three Nail Games. And I've also got some recent purchases that we have picked up over in a board game store in Enumclaw. We did a short video on that, so go check that out. And if you're ever in Enumclaw, then go check out the Cole Street Game Vault. It's a really nice store, really clean, not overly large, but it's got ample playing areas, and it's got a really cool gimmicky kind of hook where it's an old bank, basically. And some of the places that you can play in are actual old bank vaults. And I just thought that was a cool little thing. They named their stores the Game Vault for that reason. I just thought it was a cool hook, and it was well used. The store is immaculate as far as how clean it was, how inviting it was, how bright it was. I've never been to an Enumclaw before, and unless we were going there for a football game, I probably never would have gone there. But if you find yourself in the area, which it's kind of off the beaten path, but it's not so far off the beaten path that it's situated in kind of downtown Enumclaw, and there's a lot of really neat stores around it. Really, a lot of really neat restaurants that are around it. We went to a bookstore that's right down just maybe a block and a half away that had, it was a bookstore, but it also had an espresso inside. And we were able to get some pretty good grilled cheese sandwiches and some coffees and a chai for Jesse before we went to the game. And so it's a neat little place, and it's situated in a neat little downtown, old-fashioned kind of downtown area. So go check it out if you ever can. I don't have a link or anything like that to a website, but you can probably find them if they have an online. I don't even know if they have an online presence. We found them through Google Maps because we knew we were going to be driving through town, and it was going to be about lunchtime, so we decided to do some searching. And we always look for board game stores whenever we go to a new town, just on the off chance that there will be one. So anyway, that's what we're going to do first. We're going to talk about that. Game Vault was cool inside. Yeah, it absolutely was. That one was actually pretty. Yep. Pretty good, rather. All right. Let me actually set my coffee down over here. Let me grab that real quick, and then we'll get into our unboxing. And Philip will be pleased. I've got my opening device here. All right, so first things first, we got 3 games at the store, and we're just going to do these one by one. We'll do the biggest one first. Get down here to the table, and boom. First one is going to be Small Islands. This is one, honestly, this is what struck me first. Lucky Duck Games usually puts out some good stuff. Never heard of Mushroom Games, so that didn't have anything. Never heard of the designer or the artist. Didn't really pull it out anyway. I do like the art, don't get me wrong, but I've never heard of the artist or the designer. So I turned it over, and lo and behold, it looks like it is a Carcassonne-esque kind of thing that you're going to be putting your little islands together. Made me think of Beacon Patrol as well, because it has all of those little, kind of like an archipelago look. But anyway, this is... so I'm kind of leading you down the path of why I purchased this. First of all, Lucky Duck stuck out. The artwork looked cool. Then I turned it over, and it's got 1 to 4. That's cool. It means I can teach myself how to play the game. And then it says excellent 2-player game, solo mode included. All right, so that's right down my alley, because I can learn how to teach it. I can learn how to play it rather. With the solo mode, and then it says that it's an excellent 2-player game. Now that just might be marketing, so can't really throw too much into that, but I did like the look of it. I did like what it's doing, so I decided to go ahead and purchase it, and we'll go ahead and get this open so that we can get moving here pretty quick. And I paid $40 for it, so I haven't. So there you go. I haven't actually done a whole lot. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize that there was that that shiny kind of coating on the box on some of those things. I like it when it does that. That's just that's a neat little thing. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and open this. This is the first time I've opened it, as you can tell. But anyway, So, contents, landscape tiles, double-sided starting tiles, navigation tile, 4 ship tiles, clan houses, bonus tokens. All right, not bad so far. So this is what it looks like starting. So it's a game of Small Island is played over a maximum of 4 rounds. Cool. The game ends when the last ship tile is placed, or if the landscape tiles are depleted in one of 2 ways. As competing explorers, your goal is to earn the most prestige points by the end of the game. At the beginning of each round, players will secretly draw an objective card. This card will indicate your end of round objective, the prestige points that can be earned for achieving it. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of an idea. There's an advanced mode, so it looks like you have a basic, then you have an advanced mode. Use the 12 mission cards and 12 reward cards instead of the objective cards. Shuffle each of these separately and then place the shuffled stacks face down to the left of the navigation tile. Each person draws 1 mission card and 1 reward card in addition to there's 2 starting landscape tiles. All right, so hidden objectives rather than, I guess, open objectives. And then there's, okay, I like that they put the advanced mode extra rules into that same colored box. So there's some connectivity there. So that's cool. I like that. And it looks like that carries through. Great. I love that. And again, I haven't read the rules. It's just, I like those little connectors where it gives you these flags only in advanced mode reward cards. All right, that's cool. It kind of sets everything out there well. So that's cool. I like that rule book. All right, so we have, ooh, I like the insert so far. And these are double-sided. So it looks like these are probably starting tiles, I'd imagine. No, there's the navigation tile, and then these down here, it looks like. Yeah, these down here are starting tiles, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But these pop out pretty well for you know, that whole idea. So I try to punch out at least one board so that you can see how easy or difficult it is. These are chonky tiles too, so look very durable. So I like it. That'll go down there for right now, and then all of these are smaller, but they're also punching out pretty well. And I just dropped one. Boom, boom, boom. So, cool beans. Ah, dropped it again. All right, but all of those are going to go in there. Let's see, we also have these little houses. You saw them on the, they all have different shapes. So the colors are not necessarily specific, which is cool because that means they're not, they're colorblind friendly. So I do like that. Each of the 4 different colors, and then you have some cards here. These are probably objective cards or mission cards. Small islands. So, okay. Now, I basically got this. Now, it looks like it's going to be one of those where we need to put these into the box. So I'm going to keep all of those so that we have it all up and ready to go. But that is one that I'm looking forward to playing. Small Islands from Mushroom Games and Lucky Duck Games. So on your turn, you place a landscape tile or you place a ship. Then you're going to earn prestige points with your clan houses and your private objectives. So interesting. Jess and I both like tile placement games, and this one looks like it's gonna be a good one for us. So take that for what it's worth. The next one that we got, and this was just kind of it's called A Gentle Rain, a cozy game for 1 or more minds in need of a soothing reset. So it's 1 or more people, 8 years old or more, and it's only a 15-minute game. So this is the Bloom edition, and I think it's called the Bloom edition because it comes with these plastic flower blooms here. But anyway, let's go ahead and just get it open like so. Not a huge fan of the packaging, but it also has that little, I don't know what that's called. The kind of printing that makes it shiny, not the rest of the board. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I have not heard of this game. Why? Okay, there it is. All right, it's a sleeve. It's not a box. So, step into a gentle rain, a tranquil retreat to a quiet lake that will center your mind, journaling alone or with a fellow wanderer, thoughtfully placing your exquisite tile down, coaxing the 8 blossoms to bloom one by one. Win, lose, take only what you need from this fleeting meditative experience that unfolds within 15 minutes and conveniently tucks away. So that's that. Always changing, yet always itself. Huh. Incredible Dream Games, the people who come out with Kenfire and Kenfire Delve. So, little advertisement. You have come to the lakeside hoping to see a rare and beautiful sight. The lilies of the lake only open their blossoms in the rain, and only rarely do all 8 varieties bloom at once. Place the lake tiles in such a way to cause all 8 types of lilies to bloom before you run out of tiles and the rain comes to an end. Oh my gosh, this is the rule book? Hoo-hoo-hoo! Sweet. All right, so get comfortable, change into some loose clothing if you can. Perhaps turn on some soft music, make yourself some tea. Wow, they're really leaning into this whole Zen thing, aren't they? That's pretty neat. This is funny. Now begin. You'll need a flat area to play on. Place the first blossom tokens nearby. Shuffle the lake tiles. Keep going. Draw another. Okay. Draw the first tile, turning it face up and placing it in the center of your play area. This is your starting tile. Draw another tile from the draw pile and look at it. Try to place it next to your starting tile in a way that completes one of the flowers along its edge with a matching color. Okay. Oh, these feel weird. Ugh. Ugh. It has kind of a weird, I don't know. Ay, ay, ay. Tactile, it almost feels velvety. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but oh man, I don't know about this. But anyway, you have different shapes on different. So if I draw this one, for my first one, and then my next one is going to be this one, I need to try to place it in such a way that it finishes one of the things. So I need to place it like that, I guess. I don't know. So, all right, cool. So growing the lake, each time you manage to complete a square of 4 touching tiles, a blossom opens between them. Look at the 4 completed flowers on the floor. On the 4 touching tiles, choose an unplayed blossom that matches the color of one of those 4 colors. Oh, okay, cool. So because I have, in this section, I have an orange, a red, a purple, and a blue, I can choose to put the blue flower down onto that spot, like so. Interesting. Or because I have a purple one finished here, I could, but again, I think you have to have 4 completed, so this isn't actually a thing. But if these were all 4 of them matched and I had a purple one out here, I could put a purple one down there. And you're just trying to get all 8 of the blossoms out, it looks like. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat, indeed. I like it. So I'm looking forward to trying that one. And the packaging is something else. Warm rain falls, soft music in the lake where lilies dance. Okay, well, interesting. That piqued my interest. It looked neat. Kevin Wilson? What? That can't be the same Kevin Wilson that I know. All right, well, that's pretty cool, actually. A Gentle Rain. And then the third one we bought from the store was Tokaido Duo. Let me look at some of the different things here. Maybe like Land and Sea 2, shiny, catches the eye, smile. Yep. What are people's opinions on advanced modes? Part of me feels like those rules should be part of the base rules of that. The intention of the developer. All right, Alexander, that's a good question, actually. I'm of the opinion that having an advanced mode is not a bad thing because it gives you an introductory experience. And if you get tired of the introductory experience, or rather when you get tired of the introductory experience, you can click it up a notch. Basically, it's like turning it up to 11, and then you can play the advanced mode. As gamers, yes, we all want the advanced modes to just be part of the base game. But we have to also understand at the same time, we are not the only ones that are going to be purchasing these games. And I think it's good foresight for a publisher to do that, if it can be done. If you can play a game in a basic mode and then have a advanced mode waiting in the wings, so to speak, and you're not really stripping too much away from the game in order to do that, I think that's a cool thing. I really do. I love A Gentle Rain, Victoria says. It's such a chill and great way to end the day. No stress. Cool. I'm glad that you have, you can provide that input because I had never seen that game before. So that's cool. Looks like we just turned into a live play. No, we didn't. The Rain episode of Bluey should have great music for this one. The art on them is pretty. I love the Rain Bluey episode. It's harder than it looks. I'm sure it is. A Gentle Rain is designed by that Kevin Wilson. Oh, it is? Really? Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, super duper. That's great. That makes me want to try it even more now. All right, let's get down to the table. And Tokaido Duo. I've played Tokaido before. I've also played some of the other offshoots of Tokaido, but I've never played Tokaido Duo. And honestly, that drew my attention. The fact that I had played Tokaido before drew my attention. And then it just looks so cool. Dang it. I mean, you know how much I paid for these, I guess. But I don't like advertising it. Anyway, I'm dumb. So there we have it. Tokaido Duo. It looks really cool. I like how clean the white board looks. And again, 1 or 2 players. Just played Caverna Cave versus Cave. Really love the fact that that 2-player game has a solo mode. Saw this one, that it can be 1 or 2 players. Yes, awesome. Love it. So let's go ahead and take a look at. Welcome travelers to the Japanese island of Shikoku. In Tokaido Duo, 2 players discover the smallest of Japan's 4 main islands through a 3-faceted spiritual journey. As the pilgrim, visit shrines, gardens, seashores, and hot springs. As the merchant, collect and sell traditional souvenirs. As the artist, paint a variety of beautiful vistas and gift your paintings to locals. Gain points through each character's discoveries and live each journey to the fullest. If you do, your trek will grow into a life-changing experience. All right, cool beans. And again, there's that something, is it UV printing? I don't know what it is, but it's also the shiny. Draws the attention, absolutely does. So, oof, man, this is like the opposite of what you normally, the feel of this paper is really strange. What is going on? Anyway, I like it. This is the rules. Boom. All right, these are the rules. I like that a lot, actually. And then here is the Automa solo mode. So that's that. Now, this is one thing that is a little bit of a red flag for me. Here's the base game rules. And here is an equal amount of solo mode rules. That seems to tell me that these two are not going to be that similar, but it could be. I don't know. That's just the thing that it's throwing at me right now. All right, so we have a board here, if I can get it to uncover. So here is the board and a victory point track on the back of the board. Cool. So there's that. Again, I haven't played this game before, and it's been a long time since I've played Tokaido. So there's probably going to be a learning curve that's available. Ooh, a little baggie. I like it. And then we have some punch boards. So you have the merchant. So you have a couple of merchants there. Let's move over a little bit maybe. A couple of merchants. And then bunch of tiles here, so I don't know where all of these are going to be going, but the artist, and then you have the pilgrim, and these have to be punched out, I believe. So I'm going to punch them out. Whether it's supposed to be or not, we'll hope it is. I'm pretty sure it is. They wouldn't be punchies if they weren't supposed to be punchies. All right. Get all this stuff out of the way. So we have the pilgrim, the artist. It looks like there are, there's 2 artists. There's 2 artists, as you can see, and then there is that pilgrim and this pilgrim. And then boom, 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 boom. And that's cool. And we have a whole bunch of these guys. I don't know what these tokens are, but that thing has to come out too. Interesting. And then more money. I'm just thinking that these are money. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That looks like probably a first player token. I don't know what these are. This looks like more money, and I'm not gonna punch out the little ones inside of this because that's gonna make a huge mess, but I'll punch them out later. So that's more money. And then a whole bunch of these little dudes. There. There. Boom, boom. And as you can tell, you know, with Stonemaier games, you're not really expecting anything that's subpar. But these are all punching out really well. Stonemaier is good, though. This says start level 1 or level 1 start. Oh, okay, these are solo mode cards. Cool. So solo mode cards. So level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2. Then we have level 3, level 4. I'm putting these together. I don't know why, but I'm doing it. Because then you have, oh man, then you have 4. Okay, so you have, looks like 6 different levels for each of these different thingies. So it looks like, just based on this, this is like a normal. Red usually means more difficult. Green means less difficult. So there's definitely 3 levels within each of these different things. So that's an interesting little doohickey. I like it. All right, so I'm gonna keep those in general order. Then we have a bunch of chonky stuff in here for the different components. That'll come out. And then these are chonky little components. So you have definitely 2 main colors with purple and green. So those are neat. And then you have 3 dice. So nice. And we're going to put those in there. Then I'm going to possibly have some problems because I'm just going to put all this stuff in here and put all this stuff over here. And then we also have some of these things. So this looks like it's going to be player pieces. So we'll put those over here like that. This is going to go in here like that, like that. Put that in there. Put all the money over here. Put all these things in here, along with, wow, everything else. Goodness. But this is going to be put together. Don't worry, folks. Oh, I have these 4. Terrier Halo is here. What's up? What's up? All right, so we have everything out here. We're going to keep these because I think we're going to need to keep everything in there nice and tight. Well, maybe not, but for now I am, just so that I can know before we close everything up. But I am looking forward to this one. That looks interesting. All right, so that is Takedo Duo. And that brings an end to the stuff that we bought this weekend. And the rest of this stuff is a hodgepodge. The stuff from IV Studios is a Kickstarter that I backed when, way back when companies were trying to provide some additional funds for tariffs that they saw coming on the horizon. And a lot of them ran some different kinds of campaigns to simply raise money to provide for some of the tariffs of the projects that they had out there. And so IV Studios ran one of these, and this is part of what I have received in that Kickstarter. I think I've already got another one. Some of the metal coins that I got for, I believe, Moonrakers. I think that's the name of it. Gosh, I can't remember. But has already came in a while ago, and I've got those over there. But this is everything else, basically, that I back to try to give Ivy Studios some more cash to handle those tariffs that they possibly had coming down. So we've got one called Time to Panic. Work together to repair the timeline. We have Moonraker's playing cards. So, and again, we'll show all of these in a little bit. I have a game called Pillars of Fate. And I also have some card sleeves for Pillars of Fate. Gosh. And I also have a playmat for Pillars of Fate. And then I have Graft, a Tend card crafting game. Card drafting game, not crafting. So this is based on Tend. It is not Tend. That's what we've got here. So let's get down to the table and we'll take a look at some of this stuff. So we'll hold these off for the end because most of what we have here is for this game right here, Pillars of Fate, limited edition. This is edition 1030 out of 10,000. So it's not that limited. Where did my knife go? I just had my knife. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Got it. So there you have it. A Veiled Fate Lane Battler. All right. So Ivy Studios Pillars of Fate. Wow. Not a whole lot of stuff on the back as far as figuring out what it is. So we'll go ahead and get it open and see where we go from there. Oh, come on. So it's a 2-player game, has a 30-minute playtime, so that's pretty cool. And here's the rule book. Game overview, it's a strategic battle of divine will in Pillars of Fate. 2 divine beings compete across 3 ages, manipulating mortal champions and cosmic forces to claim legendary quests. Through cunning placement of powers and careful manipulation of fate itself, only one will emerge victoriously. Victory goes to the player with the most victory points, which is called renown in this game, earned through the winning of quests and at the end, at the winning of quests at the end of the 3rd age. So, so that's how it looks set up, I believe, and then tells you how to set everything up. All right, it's a lane battler. Got it. So we'll see. All right, so here we have some tokens to punch out. This probably is renown points or renown tokens that you're going to be claiming. But I don't know for sure. I guess I could look, couldn't I? So it'll probably tell ya. It'll probably tell ya. Yeah, score tokens. So it's got 1 on one side for one person, and then you got the Omega on the other side. Ooh, I like these. These are nice little wooden tokens. Nice, limited edition indeed. That can go over there. These are pretty neat. These are pretty neato Frito, man. I like it. And then we've got more wooden thingies. So that's pretty neat. All right. Then we have a whole bunch of cards. Then I have a whole bunch of card sleeves. Doesn't look like I need that many. Maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I do. We'll see. But anyway. So it has a little player's guide for each of them. Let me see. There it is. Why? Okay, there we go. All right, so we have guides, player guides for each side. Age 3 cards, Age 2 cards, Pillars of Fate, and then, okay, so it looks like each person has their own deck. Or maybe not. Why didn't... Ooh, looky there. That looks fine. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. All right, so those are age cards, and it looks like, yeah, these are roughly the same, so I believe that's probably 2 different cards, 2 different decks that have the same cards in them, I would imagine. Looks like it. Yeah, looks like it indeed. All right. So that's coolio. And then we have these guys right here. I am not going to sleeve all of these right now. So whew, I like the looks of those. I like those a lot. Check those out. These are big boys. So Neato Frito. Okay, cool beans, man. I like the look of this one. Let's see. Kevin Wilson has designed or been a part of design for all of King Fighter's games. Okay, I did not know that. Thank you for that information. That's cool. UV spot print, I believe. Yeah, thank you, Philip. Yes. Stonemeyer added a solo mode. Cool. Family mode like Cascadia. Yes. Wow, 2 streams today. You must be exhausted. You better take a nap, old man. Yeah, it's probably going to happen. Stonemeyer likes separating solo rules so you don't need to read the rules twice and try to figure out what is different. I prefer it that way. No, I get that. But my main thing was that I like it when games only have to tell you this much new information for the solo mode. It'll say something like, the solo mode plays exactly like the regular multiplayer mode except for A, B, C, D, and E. I'd rather have it that way. But I get what you're saying as well. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to, ooh, what are these? Oh, it's a first player marker. Look at that. Looky there. You know what's going to happen here? This is going to get used for something else. That's going to get thrown away. And then this is going to go over here. Because we like to be efficient in this house. Not really. But anyway, that was a consolidation that needed to happen. The silica gel goes over there. And then all of these little doohickeys are going to come back in. I am cautiously looking forward to this one because it does look like it's going to be an interesting game. I don't know. I don't know how Jess is going to like a lane battler though, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And let's see if I can get all these things in here. Maybe. Maybe. Yes. Awesome sauce. Beep, beep. All right, that can go in there. Get back down to the table. And then these will go in here. Those will go here. And then that will go here. And that will go right on top right there. And I think Pillars of Fate is ready to go back in. Now, I did not show the playmat. So I am going to show the playmat. This can go... Oh, wait, there's graft. Oh, okay. There we go. So I have card sleeves for Time to Panic and graft as well. So, cool. Awesome. All right, so this can go over here. I don't want the card sleeves. And this is going to be rough. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, anyway. Cool. I actually like that a lot. Looks cool. I like the red background. And then all of these little depictions of these beings on the other sides. So that's pretty cool. Wow. Well, I don't like that it got kind of folded in transit, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. All right, so the next thing is going to be a Moonraker's playing cards. So again, this is not something that I really needed because I don't use a whole lot of playing cards anyway. But I figured, you know, help the company out. All right. There we go. All right, so we got King, Queen, Jack, and then, oh, well, that's kind of, so that's what the diamonds look like. So spades. That looks like Boba Fett. Just a little bit. And then that's what the spades look like. Oops, sorry. If you can hear, it in my voice, there's a little bit of buyer's remorse on this one. Sorry, but I'm really kind of understanding that I really did not need to get this because I don't know what's. I'm not going to have use for these, so like hardly at all. But then here are the two jokers. Look like that. So that's pretty much the Moonraker's playing cards. I don't know what I was expecting, but hey, I wasn't expecting this, I guess. I guess I was just expecting something a little bit more picturesque, but I don't know. It's not a huge deal, but so that, and then these come in as well. So there you have it. Come on, you can do it. There we go. But maybe that'll be something we send out in one of our it belongs in a museum packages. Graft is next. Um, 10,000 copies only. That's real exclusive. They printed 10,001 games. So the one not numbered is the exclusive one. Only like 1% of the population can own it. Seems exclusive to me. You're right, I'll give you 50 grand for that game. Nope, it's worthless now. He touched it. Collectors want their stuff untouched, still in shrink. Best if you can judge that. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Silicon packets get no love. That is correct, they do not. My copy of Aqua Garden was full of silicon packets. I swear there was more silicon than game pieces. Critter Kitchen for me. That was Critter Kitchen for me. My goodness gracious, Critter Kitchen had so much silicon packets in it. And an untold number of plastic baggies. But that's funny. I feel compelled to keep at least one in the box. Okay, here's the thing. If you live in a highly humid environment, absolutely yes and amen. Because it does actually help keep the moisture down in your box. Absolutely, fine and dandy. We are not in a humid environment up here. as long as I keep my boxes in here, we're not going to worry about mold, mildew, or any other kind of moisture in the box at all. So we get rid of all of them. Feel compelled to keep these. I hope the Jack is Jaws and the Queen is his girlfriend. Nope, not this James Bond. Hard to read playing cards are the best. It's like dice. You have to spend 10 minutes guessing what you rolled. Chuck that one into the museum bin. Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. So we can all agree that James Bond Moonraker deck of cards had been better. Yes, I would imagine. Darius is here. What's up, Darius? Good to see you. Somebody else popped in there that I didn't say hello to. Who was it? Well, I didn't say hello to a lot of people. Derek he popped in there. Hello, Alexander. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Ryan. Sea Otter, I responded to your thing. Alexander, Philip, Robert Harris, Terrier Halo, what's up? What's up? Everybody's here. Good. Sorry for the interruption. I'm painting Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. Anybody played it? Worth it? That's a cool one, actually. I know it's one of Roy Kennedy's favorite games. So he likes good games, generally speaking. So it's probably a good one. I'm late. Luke is here. What's up, Luke? Good to see you. We're going to get back down to the table and continue on. So this one is called Graph. It is a 10 card drafting game by Ivy Studio. Again, ooh, limited edition. Oh, only 8,000 of this. Maybe I shouldn't open this. What do you think, Terrier? You up for your 50 grand again? I will absolutely not open this, and I won't open the sleeves either. And I will send you this for 50 grand right now, Terrier. What do you say? I'm going to actually wait for your answer, Terrier. Doug showed up. What's up? What's up? Good to see you. We are currently waiting for Terrier Halo to respond to his previous offer of an unboxed, still in cellophane, limited edition copy. Well, actually, you know what? The last one said 10,000 copies. This one is only 8,000. So this one's more expensive. Let's make it 75 grand. I'm not going to bid when you're paying attention to chat. What? What? How dare you? Philip is right. So it's 75 grand, Terrier. What do you say? Just leaving it out there for you, buddy. I don't want you to have to pass on another awesome deal. Going once. Going twice. I'm going to take your silence as the answer. Sold to the person who already bought it. Me. Sounds like a good... Oh, okay. Sounds like a good deal. Well, hey, I'm still here. I'm still waiting. I mean, I didn't actually bang the gavel yet. I mean, I kind of already said sold, though, to the guy that already bought it. Bummer, dude. But I'm letting someone else buy this one. All right, fine. All right, so graft, farm, fish, and forage to collect the perfect harvest. Avoid busting. Oh, I don't like that idea. Draft cards, avoid busting. Claim badges. Chain combos to score big. That right there, I'm not so sure of. All right, well, let's see. Stetson, what's up, buddy? Luke says, Bushman says, I'll take it. All right, sold. 75 grand to Eric. Too late, though. I already opened it, so I'll take it back down to 50 for you. 50 grand, that is. Since you got your order, hopefully that means my copy of Pillars of Fate should be arriving any day. Yeah, that's probably true. November 6th for Doug, it looks like. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, this ain't Tuesday. Yeah, this ain't Tuesday. That's right. Oh, I like that. I like the little wooden pieces. Graft. So you're attempting to fill your cargo manifest with high-value goods and send them back to Zenith. However, if you don't pack your cargo properly, Zenith will reject your manifest, forcing you to start over. The game takes approximately 40 minutes to play. Interesting. All right. So there aren't a whole lot of rules going on here, so that looks good. And scoring symbols and all that. Interesting. Before you play, the Zenith Corporation thanks you for your purchase of Graft. Please add this recycle card to your game and recycle a single 4+ recycle card within Graft before playing. All right. All right, so I'm going to open this and take this out, and we're going to set it right here. Then we're going to open one of these things. It says that, okay, so please add this recycle card to your game and recycle a single 4+ card within Graph before playing. All right, so recycle card. I don't know what that looks like, actually. None of these look like recycle cards. It's going to look like that, probably, and none of these have a gray back, so we're going to put those right there for now. Let's see, maybe it's in this set. All right, so ship cargo, ship cargo, ship cargo. These are all player aids, it looks like. Yep. So all of those. And then we have, looks like they're going to be right here. Boom. 4+. And this one doesn't have a 4+. So it says to get rid of one of these, bing, and replace it with that. So I guess you're going to have one recycle in the game no matter what. And then if you're playing a 4-player game, you're going to have 2 recycles in there. So that's what this says. This is going to go right here with this, and it's eventually going to go away. So that's that. All right, so some of the, looks like plum fishes and shimmer puffs and lily blooms and crinkles and pebble puffs and geogels and pickaxes, stones, copper. This looks like Minecraft stuff, but it's too rounded to be that. It's not blocky enough. So, oh, there's another one. So there's going to be 2 recycles in there, and then there's going to be a third for 4-player games. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Ship cargo. All right, well, there you have that. Boom, boom, boom. And then we've got these little guys. These are pretty cool looking. And so I wonder if these are like player colors or if they are just the kind of animals that they represent. It doesn't look like they are. Maybe they are. Yeah, it looks like it. Because you've got that there, then you've got that there, and then you've got that there, and this here and that there. So it looks like those are player color pieces. Neato frito. All right. Nice chonky pieces. I like chonky pieces. We have some more shiny cards. So looks like these are going to be different kinds of objective cards, it looks like, maybe. And they have the shiny silver on these. And then you have shiny gold on the other ones. Ugh. And so these come out and shiny gold. See that? These look like they're extremely more difficult. First one to do it gets 10 points. Second one to do it gets 5. I mean, or everybody else gets 5. That's cool. I like those. So it just basically gives you half the amount of points if you're the second or later person to do it. You still get some points for doing it. I like that. All right, so that's that. Then these I think are going to go back in there along with these. And this can go in here. And I've got more. See, look at that. There's no way that this box is going to hold all this stuff when you put these sleeves in there. Just not going to happen. So that's unfortunate. Boom. And sleeves. How are we doing over here? Resend. I'm sure you would, Eric. Time to sleep. See you later, Terrier. Take care, buddy. Saw a video of someone playing Viking Seesaw and thought of you, Sam. Interesting. It's not very often that I say the card game does not look as good as the rolling, right? Rolling right. Also, I recently acquired a game called Luca Luca and just got a copy of Above and Below Haunted. Just checked my schedule as my wife is out of town and that same weekend, so I can't go to Comic-Con this fall. Burn, burn, burn. All right, and finally from IV Studios, we have Time to Panic. And Time to Panic, let's go ahead and get down to the table. This one also 8,000, so right in the middle of that as well. Boom, boom, boom. Trying to keep up a little bit here. So Time to Panic from IV Studios. Come on. Come on out of there. Oh, one thing I've been wondering about. Who is the designer of these games? Game design, Zach Dixon, Austin Harrison, and Max Anderson. Cool. Kirk Dennison. Oh, production, Kirk Dennison. I know Kirk. He's a good dude. Very cool. Very cool indeed. All right, so Time to Panic. A catastrophic anomaly has shattered the fabric of time, leaving history in disarray. Your team, an elite group of multiversal agents, must work together to repair the timeline before it's too late. By carefully placing events in chronological order, you will restore balance to reality, but beware. If too many events are misplaced, history may be lost forever. You work together to construct a correctly ordered timeline of events arranged from the smallest to the largest numerical value. The fewer mistakes you make, the better your final score will be. A perfect game results in a completely accurate timeline with no misplaced events. Interesting. Oh, I thought that said gas tokens. I was going to say, it's got gas in it. Gap tokens. All right, so you can see how that works. Again, not a whole lot of rules here, but we'll see. that kind of looks cool. All right, hold on now. Now I'm interested because I like the way that has like a metallic look to it. Can you see that? That's cool. I know, it's just a card game. But I like things like that make the cards just kind of pop a little bit. It's pretty neat. All right, so everybody gets their own little player aids, so that's cool. Mild panic, total panic. Is there something else? Panic. All right, so I would imagine it goes from panic to mild panic to total panic. I would imagine that's what it does, but that's interesting. I don't know what to do with these, so I'm not going to get them out of order, but it says something like bustling break, delete 2 gaps. Intense inversion, choose 1 face down card on the timeline and turn it face up, then choose 2 face up cards and turn them face down. Stormy scramble, shuffle any 3 cards on the timeline, then return them to their original positions, 2 face down and 1 face up. Huh. Interesting. So that's cool. So as I was showing you, I don't know if you saw it, some of them have mild panic on it. Other ones have total panic, and then others have just regular panic. So there's probably 3 decks of cards that you have to pull from in there. And we'll see. But these look like they're interesting because I love that little metallic look that these cards have. Check that out. That's really neat, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it has that kind of shimmery look to it. I think you can get it. Yeah, you're catching it some. But I really like that. The numbers, the font's a little hard to read, but I really like the look of these cards, actually. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And these are the gap tokens that was referenced in the game. They're all wooden. So that's pretty cool. And then it looks like everybody has their own set of player pieces. I don't know exactly what they are, but it also looks like they are color friendly because they each have a different symbol on them. No, maybe they don't. Nope, they actually don't. Because it looks like there's 2 of these. There is 2 of these. There is 2 of these. And then, yeah, each one has 2 of their own. So, unfortunately, oh, wait, there's 3 of those. What? Wait a minute. Why does this one have 3 of that? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm a dork. So they are double-sided. So you have the same on all 4, but then you have these as well. So, but they are not color friendly. Maybe the colors that they are easier to see. But again, no use, no reason to have 2 plastic bags in this game, yeah? We have these like that. All right. Okay, so that's going to go in here like that. And then, will these fit in here? Oh, they might. Oh, they might. These will definitely fit in here. If I get too much bigger, though, we won't be able to. So we'll just make sure that these stay separate. And then these will stay separate as well. just like so. Then this comes back in here, and then this goes over here like that. And there's all the cards. All right. Sounds like the game. I'm probably wrong. Howdy. Taking a break from the rule books. See, hey, what's up, David? Good to see you. Remove the insert. Cards should fit in then. Yeah, I understand that. That's probably what we'll be doing. But yes, indeedly doodly, neighbor Simpson. All right. So that is all I have from Ivy Studios. So I had the Moonrakers playing cards, Time to Panic, Graft, and Pillars of Fate, and then card sleeves for all of those. The playmat for Pillars of Fate as well. So that's that. Another box that came in last week was from a company called 3 Nail Games. These are guys, Rusty Lumpkin is his name, and then Sam Pock, and so they were a couple of people that I met at Origins one year, and they showed me their games, Go for the Krill, and we actually played Go for the Krill here on the channel and talked about it a little bit. And now that they have finished their Kickstarter and have their game produced, they sent me a copy. So that's pretty cool. So this one we're going to be doing a review of. We're probably going to be doing a review of it, and that's one of the main reasons they sent it. And so we're going to be doing that. We have already played the game, but we're going to play it some more and then go from there. So basically with Go for the Krill, you are trying to get the most krill. That's basically what you're trying to do. But we'll get down to, oh, come on, get off. There we go. Let's get down to the table here. All right, so Go for the Krill. First of all, I love the play on words. And yes, first thing is, why do they need this big of a box? Well, they do have, where is it? They do have some expansion cards. Maybe they're planning to have more. I don't know, but this is what you get in the box. And there's room for expansions if they begin to come out with them. But so one of the cool things about this game is that it does have some pretty cool information on the cards. And I like it when games do that without being overbearing. So let me go ahead and get one of these open and I'll show you what I mean. So in this game, you're basically just trying to play the different cards out there to try to get to try to eat the most krill, basically. But you can use your blue whales, and blue whales have a length of up to 110 feet. They weigh this much. Their lifespan is this. Just little tidbits of information that you could use. Emperor penguins, they have a deep dive of 1,800 feet. They weigh 50 to 100 pounds. The lifespan is 15 to 20 years. Little things like that. Another cool thing about this is that you'll see that the Sam Pock and Rusty Lumpkin, they are the designers. But then Sam's mother, Amy, was the artist. I like family operations like that. I think that's cool. The giant squid has a length of up to 43 feet, weighs 400 to 1,000 pounds, has a lifespan of 4 to 5 years. So it's just little cool things like that I find interesting that games include. And so there you have it. Even the scuba diver. And here it says, in 1942, Jacques Cousteau and Emily Gagnon created the Aqua Lung, the first commercially viable open circuit scuba diving system. So it's just little things like that. I just think that's cool. Anyway, you're trying to get all of this krill, and the krill can actually be multipliers for the cards that you collect as you're going through and eating them. So that's that's basically what you're trying to do here, and it is just a card game. Here, let's look at the rule book. So the overview here: players will be competing to consume the most food over a set number of rounds. They will do so by playing cards from their hand that represent ocean predators trying to eat swarms of plankton and krill. So these are the predators. You have plankton, and then you also have the krill that's out there that will act as multipliers. So that's basically the idea. Another cool thing about it is that it does come with an expansion. I don't know if the expansion is actually in here. I thought they sent it to me. It must be up in my room. I forgot. When I was transporting this earlier, I dropped the box. Stuff fell out. Had to put it back in, so I missed it. I'm pretty sure they sent me the Dark Waters expansion. But anyway, that's that. So you do have like a basic game. You have different mission cards and so forth, and it's neat. And I like the fact that it has that that family aspect to it. Here's some. Matter of fact, this might be the Dark Waters expansion because it comes with all of this plastic that could be in your water, and it could negatively affect you. Anyway, kind of get the idea. But my wife and I both enjoyed this. We had a good time with it. We're looking forward to getting back into it though. But that's there. That in here. So that's Go for the Krill. Now another game that they introduced me to. I told you that they showed me two different games. Another game that they showed. Oh, that's gonna be right. That's okay. I don't mind. Another game that they showed me while I was at Origins was this game right here. Are You More Like? And this one is an interesting little game because it's definitely like a social experiment. I'm kind of saying it that way because you're basically going to be asking people questions. No, I'm sorry. You're going to be putting, okay. I'm going off of one play almost 2 years ago now. But the idea behind this game is that, first of all, it goes up to 8 players. So you can have 8 people around the table. You all have a hand of cards, kind of like Apples to Apples or just, those kinds of games where you're going to have one person that's going to be the judge, so to speak. And then from what you know of the person, you're going to be using one of the cards in your hand to choose what they are more like. And then they have to take those cards up, and they are going to have to choose from those cards and determine which one is the closest to what they are like. And then you have to explain why. So it's a social experiment more than it is, or an activity more than it is an actual game. But it's one of those things that can be a huge icebreaker and a great way to get to know the people that you're playing the game with, because you'll have a couple of different things. You'll have people, hopefully in a nice way, reveal what they think based on the limited amount of information that they have about the person, what they have, what they seem like. And then you have the other side where you're actually going to get an explanation of what the person is like and why. It's kind of deep if you really kind of think about it, but it's an interesting thing. And we'll get to it in just a moment. So here it says, are you more like a tree frog, a painter's palette, a rubber ducky, a hornless unicorn, half a pair of socks, or which are you more like? But the real question is, do your friends know which one you would pick? Just wait for the chaos and laughter to ensue when you tell them your reasoning why. A unique party game that inspires meaningful conversation for both small and large crowds. Learn something new about someone, and that someone just might be you. So let's get down to the table and we'll take a look. And So the cards that come in the game are basically what you're already seeing there on the back of the box. Though that's the kind of art you're looking at. But you have also a lot of different. Oh, cool! I've only seen a prototype version of this. I haven't ever seen the actual thing. So this is actually pretty neat. Nice layout. You have all of these different things that this is going to be a point if you want to keep score. It's really kind of not the point, but these are interesting little things that you're going to have standees to go on the board. So that's pretty cool. A princess, a T-Rex, looks like a fairy, a knight, a monkey, the hornless unicorn, a dragon, or a platypus. So that's cool. Just by way of commenting, these are all popping out pretty easily. So there you have that, but that's done. Then you have a whole bunch of other things here. Boom, 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 boom. So this is, everybody has their own little X and their own little arrow. So these are all pumping out pretty good. I will wait to do the rest of these because that's boring for you guys to watch. Here are the rest of the little standee tokens that are color-coded as well. You have a bunch of cards. I'll go ahead and just open one of them. And oh, come on. There we go. All right, so this will give you an idea of some of the cards that are in there. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you kind of get the idea. So are you more like a bow and arrow, a steering wheel, a tire, a bicycle, a lizard, a snake, a hyperactive monkey? Yes. Not always, no. But sometimes, yes. Are you more like a valley? Are you more like a flower? Are you more like a catapult? How about a castle? Or a gazebo? Or a swing? Or a swimming pool? A grocery store? A pickle jar. That's interesting. A pop can. A stone mallet. A bent nail. A board. A rubber ducky. Water skis. Snow. Hailstones. Ice. Sun. Pluto. A light bulb. And so forth and so on. Bigfoot. That's me. Come on. That looks a little bit more like Alf, though. But I'll take it. A mirror, a train whistle, a paintbrush, paper, a painter's palette, a rocking chair, a tree stump, playing cards, a board game. Hey, look at that. A train, a rowboat, a comet, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Although that looks like an alternate universe Rudolph right there. He doesn't look like a reindeer. He looks like, I don't know. A helmet, motorcycle, dental floss, a swimsuit, definitely one piece. Radio, a lamp stand. What? No, a lamp shade. Prosthetic limb, eye patch, a rainbow, raindrops. So you get the idea. Everybody's going to have their thing here. But so all of these are going to come back. And we also have, they also sent me a couple of expansion packs. So an inspired expansion and a Kickstarter inspired expansion. So it looks like these are probably other things that their Kickstarter backers said. And then expansion number 1 for that. And then we also have a few here. It looks like just a promo pack of different things, like you have a werewolf, a leprechaun, a zombie, an elf, a dwarf, yes, that's me, wizard, a bard, a centaur, a minotaur, or a sphinx. So it looks like a kind of a whatchamacallit, a mythical expansion or little mythical pack that goes there. All right, so those go back in there, and then each of these are going to be, of course, wow, 2 packs of cards. Good night. I think I've got a lot of cards here. So expansion 1, stopwatch, ostrich, put that in there, put that in there, because it's just going to be more stuff that you're going to go over here. Okay, I'll go first, Sam. More like half a pair of socks. Never quite prepared. And these are ones that are Kickstarter inspired. So I'm wondering if they are, I think they're from like 110 card expansion, the amazing expansion, a compilation of cards that were voted on by our incredible Kickstarter backers. There you go. And there is all 110 cards on the back of the box. I know it's too small, but it also had them on this one as well. This one is 110 cards, adds a wide range of new cards for everyday items from earwax to a cyborg chicken. So that's what these were. And then these are going to be in here as well. So a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff in there. Where's one of those baggies? Oh, what did I do with those baggies? Did I throw them? I didn't throw them, did I? I don't think I did. But these go in here. This is going to be fun, I think, to pull out at our next game night, because it's one of those things where, we play games with a lot of the same people, but we don't spend a whole lot of time talking about the people, and getting to know them. We just play games with them. And that's not to say that we don't talk to them at all. We do, but a game like this will kind of tackle 2 birds with 1 stone. Whereas instead of playing just a game, we can play a game that also sparks conversation. So I like that. The usefulness of the game in that respect. So all of these are just going to go in here for right now. I will be breaking them out into their own little baggies next time. But for right now, they're just going to go in there like that. This is going to go on top of there like that. And that's going to go on top of there like that. And so that's cool. All of the cards fit into these box, yeah? So that is our unboxing video. A lot of stuff that we unboxed. Goodness gracious, a lot of stuff. So now I can get rid of some of these boxes and just get used to it. All right, so Paul is here. Thanks for the stream. Have sleep now. God bless. See you later, Paul. Thanks for being here. Hey, Sam, twice in one day. What's up, what's up? Room for sleeves. Yeah, maybe. Maybe not, though. I wonder who was speaking through him then. He doesn't realize he was on earlier. Yes, I was. I didn't think it was yesterday. Sounds like the game could cause problems. Okay, I'm glad you said that, Eric, because I have played games where that absolutely did happen. Because, it was a game where, you have to... But the cards that you were using and playing in front of the people were mean-spirited, or at least some of them were. These are not, unless you infuse mean-spiritedness in them. They're just random things. And so you kind of, and the conversation kind of goes both ways, at least based on the one game that I played of it way back when. They did send me a prototype, but I didn't get it to the table because I just didn't get it to the table. There's no real excuse or explanation for it. I just wasn't able to get it to the table. And and I couldn't play it online because it really is one of those kind of games where you have to have a number of people playing it. A higher number is usually better, and we can't facilitate that. So, but the time that I did play it, there wasn't a problem at all with any of the cards that were played. And there were some crazy cards played for people, and they were like, well, no, that's not exactly it. And this is the one I chose, and here's why. And some of them were very superficial reasonings. Other ones went pretty stinking deep, and it was a really kind of an eye-opening experience. And it's if you're sitting at a table of people that you feel comfortable with, that's where it really kind of sings. But at the same time, it would also work in a group of people that don't know a lot about you, because generally speaking, when you are sitting at a table of people that don't know you very well, one of two things is going to happen. In my opinion, or rather in my experience, it's been this one. They're usually more reserved. They're not going to try to make waves. They're not going to try to make snarky comments or anything like that, because they don't know anybody. So they're going to be more reserved that way. Or they're not going to give one rip about anything, and they're going to make snarky comment. I've rarely ever seen that happen, actually. I've always seen people be a little bit more reserved when they don't know people that are seated around the table. But the kind of thing here is that it fosters a group mentality of limited transparency. Okay, so you're going to explain to me, or rather I'm going to explain to you why I feel like I am more like this one. And then when it comes to your turn, you're going to have that same level of comfort, hopefully, because I've already done it. You're going to also feel comfortable at least being a little transparent on why you've chosen this. And you're going to be able to share something about your life that you maybe never would come up in conversation. I think it's a cool thing. But I get what you're saying, Eric, where it sounds like it could be a potential for a lot of bad stuff happening. And that's true, but I think with a little bit of maturity, and that's not a dig, with a little bit of maturity, it goes fine. So a reimplementation of apples to apples, only personalized, so you are judging the other players rather than their cards. Pass. Okay, fine. That we were just having a conversation about this earlier at a men's group meeting that we had at Steamers West, where one of the guys in the group was sharing about a book he had read. Another person in the group had a very snap judgment about it, and one of them began, the person that was sharing about the book was transparent and said how that was, it made him feel attacked. And I'm not saying that you're doing that to me, but I am saying maybe, and again, you're a gamer, so you're probably going to be able to make those kind of snap judgments for yourself personally, but maybe not for a larger group of people. I greatly enjoyed the game when I played it, and I did learn a lot about the people that were at the table. And it wasn't a thing where you're making judgments about people. We felt like we had the freedom to explain things about ourselves without people making a judgment about it. That's a very heavy word for as light of this game that it is. So I am going to you've come at the game with an entirely too heavy of a hand. So I'll just put it that way. I'll say I'm a flower because flowers are pretty. You could get to know the other players, or you could crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of the women. If you board flip, it's back to the psychologist. Well, here's the thing. If that's the boat that you and Eric are going to put yourselves into, consider the possibility that the people who would sit down and play this game aren't the problem. The people who want to see their enemies crushed and see them driven before you might be the problem, not the other people at the table. Just realize, before you judge too harshly the game, take a look in the mirror, maybe take a step back. Just realize that all games are not necessarily meant to crush your enemies and see them driven before you. It was a delightful experience, and I stand by that experience, no matter what you guys say. So take that for what it's worth. Three Nail Games, are they a Christian company? Yes, they are. And that was a connection that we had before. They taught me this game, and they're a great group of people, and they have interesting ideas. Maybe not cutting edge ideas, but they're interesting ideas. Ideas that, like this one right here, promotes a sense of community. It's not a game where you're trying to win, and I think you can play it to try to get points. Let me see, what do you actually get points for? I think it's scoring 1 point is awarded to each person who correctly predicted the active player's most liked choice. 1 point is awarded to each person who correctly predicted the active player's least liked choice. 1 point is awarded to the player who submitted the card and that the active player selected as most like. The 1 point and 1 point is awarded to the player who submitted the card that the active player selected as least like. The active player does not score. So you are basically playing a game, and you're trying to learn more about people. And one of the things that I did like about the game is that you didn't, as the active player, you don't score any points at all. Only the people who are, guessing what you're going to choose as most like or least like, only those people, and the people that chose those two cards, that put those two cards out there, they're the only ones that are going to be scoring. I liked that about the game as well. Can I play it solo? Sure, but you'll never score points because you'll always be the active player. So have fun with that. Just a coincidence. No, it is not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence at all. You versus your other personalities. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Come on. That's pretty funny. But anyway, that's all I have for unboxings for you today. I appreciate it. We have taken almost 2 hours doing this. Nobody is going to watch this afterwards. Maybe they will, and let's hope that they do. But I enjoyed opening all these boxes for you. Hope you got to see something that maybe piqued your interest a little bit and gives you something to look into a little bit further. We'll probably be playing some of these on the channel here in the near future, so be looking for that. Thank you for joining us. We certainly appreciate you. Have a great day. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Come on back tomorrow for another race. Race 2, 1964. We're going to be on the French map for the Championship Series of Heat, Pedal to the Metal. And then tomorrow, or maybe even later on tonight, I'll schedule what we're going to be playing Friday morning as well. But anyway, we'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Talk to you later. Bye.
Oh, look at all those games.
Yep.
Anything look super fun as you opened?